been a week of southern states, southern food, and hopefully some southern charm. The Republican presidential contenders have campaigned aggressively leading up to today's primaries in Alabama and Mississippi. But will the day solidify or shake Mitt Romney's standing as frontrunner? Dave Levinthal is influence reporter for Politico. Dave, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
This will certainly be an interesting night. I leave it to you, sir. If you had to predict who would be the winner tonight, who's it going to be?
Oh, man, it's tough to predict a winner, but I'll tell you, if you're a Rick Santorum, you are hoping beyond all hope that you get two big victories out of today's fight because, hey, he won in Kansas. It was a big victory for him, and it's all really about momentum for him at this point. Still, we're talking about momentum, even though delegate counts is so crucial. But, man, if he can win today and win both states, this really makes a case for him that he is somebody who can truly take on Mitt Romney from now until, well, June, July, maybe even the convention.
What about Newt Gingrich? Aides for him said, look, these are two must-win contests for him. If he doesn't win this could spell trouble. You think that's true?
It could be lights out. And he won Georgia. He's got South Carolina in the bag, but he's only got two states, and we're more than a fifth of the way through the states here. So really, if he can't win two states that are effectively neighbors of Georgia, his home state, then things are looking pretty bleak for him. It would be almost surprising to see him last much longer if he can't make the case in these two states.
You know, Mitt Romney's been trying to appeal to Southern voters. He's been talking about eating grits. He's been using that y'all thing. He's got that going on. You think that's working?
Well, it's working well enough for him to make a major play in the polls. He is doing surprisingly well. Southern states have not been his forte. This is hardly his wheelhouse, but yet in the polls that we've seen, he's actually doing quite well right up there with Newt Gingrich and Rick Santorum. So if he can pull off even one upset in one of these states, that's going to make a major case for him that he is not just a candidate who's winning in the Northeast, candidate who's winning in the West, but can win all across the nation, which is something that he desperately needs going forward himself.
You know, the Rick Santorum game plan here so far, at least up to this point, he's been talking about this chaos within the Republican field. Maybe we'll get an open or a brokered convention, and then maybe he'll be the candidate that way. Does that game plan work as well?
The math is definitely cutting Mitt Romney's way. He is leading in the delegate count. He is definitely up in the game. He is the front runner by any definition. But if Rick Santorum, again, can win these two states or even win one of them and do relatively well, then he can keep making the case, which he has been making over the past couple of weeks, that Mitt Romney cannot win enough delegates to go to the convention and just win this thing outright. So that is really going to be one of Rick Santorum's best arguments going forward, that, hey, I can win enough states, I can appeal to enough Republicans and enough conservatives to actually go to the convention and have this be a floor fight, which is something that, man, we haven't seen for a long time.
Let's talk about a poll here. A new New York Times CBS new poll showing rising gas prices are putting pressure on President Obama here. At least his approval ratings going from 50 to 41%, 50% last month. Are we looking at a difference here? If gas prices continue to be an issue, will this put pressure on his reelection bid?
Well, in the here and now, this is something that is very heartening for Newt Gingrich, who's been harping on this issue. He's talked about $2.50 gas, and this would be his target as a president, Newt Gingrich. But the fact of the matter is gas prices are fluctuating all over the place. If you look at them a year ago, if you look at them a year now, of course, we can't predict the future. They could be wildly different than they are in the moment. So this is something that certainly is going to hurt any politician who's in office if the gas prices are too high. It's not helpful for the president to have $4 or even $5 gas. But, you know, it's something that definitely could change, and it's going to change with the news of the day and in the prices on the ground. And, hey, what's happening 2 months from now could be very different than what we have again today.
The roller coaster continues. Dave Levinthal, influence reporter for Politico. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you.